So if you have immigration enforcement, and immigration enforcement is when you have some kind of immigration enforcement officer or agent that comes to do an audit of, does everybody know eligibility to work legally in the U.S., what that is? So there's a requirement, and this is by dictated, I think who governs this now is Homeland Security. The employer has to have proof that a person is eligible to work legally in the United States. And so you have this form called an I-9, and some employers have been not doing this correctly, or they turn a blind eye and they, false social security number, this kinds of things. So anyway, California is a safe harbor state, and so what that means is if you have somebody from the USCIS or from ICE or Immigration Department saying you're going to have an audit next week to make sure that we're going to look at your documents for your I-9 documents to verify that your employees are legal, eligible to work legally in the United States. Employers must give notice to your employees of an inspection within 72 hours of receiving a notice. And when they come and they find anybody that has been found to be not eligible, you have to notify those employees within 72 hours when you receive those results. So let's go back here. If you do get a surprise audit, and this happens all the time, you would be surprised at how such a small companies, they'll have a lot of auditors come in. I have a client, he does auto detailing. He had 3 auditors walk into his shop unannounced, Department of Labor, EDD, and OSHA all showed up. Guess how many employees he had? Anybody?
1.
He had more than 1.
5.
He had 6. So 6 employees, you wouldn't think they'd bother, right? Oh, no, they had like half as many agents there to do the audit as they had employees. And unfortunately, my client was on vacation, so he wasn't even there. But they were looking, because they do auto detailing, so that's special workplace safety things, want to make sure that he's paying properly, does the payroll match the timesheets and all of that. And of course, Department of Labor wants to make sure that everything is done the way it's supposed to. So if you think, if you're very small, they can't happen, I just want to tell you, the United States Customs and Immigration, they quadrupled the number of agents they had last year so that they could do specifically targeting small business, so that they could do audits.
Karen, am I understanding this correctly? We are permitted to deny access.
Yes. So yes, that's a very good point. Thank you, because I kind of got on my way here. So you are not allowed, if they haven't requested an appointment in advance and they just show up, you do not let them come into non-public areas. So for example, if you had, you have a store, UPS store, for example. UPS store, they have like a lobby area, you have a counter, and you have the public area. You are not to allow them to get into the non-public areas without a warrant, okay? You are required to do that. That's not like optional. It's all in accordance with all these laws here.
So what if they show up when the employer isn't there, unannounced? That's illegal, right?
Yeah, they're not supposed to do that. So what California is saying is, oh no, we're going to push back on this because we want people to be able to work, regardless. The other thing is, your employers may not permit an immigration enforcement agent to access, review, or obtain employee records without a subpoena or court order. So what does that mean? That means even if they want to do an audit, they better come with a subpoena or a court order in order to do that.
And this is all, the differences are all based on whether or not you get notice ahead of time? Because didn't your prior slide say if you get a notice that you have to tell people?
Yes, if you get a notice that they're going to do an audit, you need to notify your employees within 72 hours of receiving the notice, not of when they're doing the audit.
Okay, so, but if you receive a notice, then you do have to comply. It's only if they show up unannounced
No,
that you don't.
if they do have a notice, they better bring a court order or a subpoena.
Okay, so they still have to have.
Yes,
that order. Okay.
but usually, I think that they're going to get the hang, right? Because California employers are protected from this, and the whole point is that we want to protect our employees from being rounded up and ejected from the United States. And note that these are the penalties per violation. So what I know about that is they will go by the, was it intentional, was it unintentional? Was it you were not informed? Was this deliberate? They will make a determination to determine what the penalty is.